Huh? Bumblebee is evolving. Your Bumblebee has evolved into Goldbug. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here, and today we're going to take a look at the odd version of Bumblebee, since it's not labeled as Bumblebee. We're taking a look at the 1987 Throttlebot, Goldbug. Goldbug would come out in 1987, and he and the other Throttlebots basically replaced the mini vehicles that Bumblebee originally came from. Goldbug would only be available, though, through 1987, and would be discontinued in 1988. And since his function changed to Espionage Director, we really didn't get a replacement for Goldbug. He would instead be reverted back to Bumblebee for the Pretender toy. As Goldbug here is a Throttlebot, he doesn't have any loose pieces of sorts. The only thing you would have to watch for is the rear section of the vehicle. As it's connected by a plastic hinge, it can be fairly easily removed. So we'll demonstrate here. You just reach around on the back and you can remove it very easily from the posts. He and all of his other Throttlebot buddies suffer from this. These do get popped off easily or broken, and then they get lost. So keep an eye out on that when you're looking for a Goldbug. You're going to want the rear portion to be attached. And let's say we pause this so I can get it reattached. Alright, now that we got the hood, got the trunk back on, we'll take a little look at Goldbug here. As a Throttlebot, he did have the unique feature of having a pullback motor that worked in both modes, so we'll pull him back here and charge the camera. Good catch. And now we'll transform him, and it's pretty simple to do that. You'd start by taking the rear of the car, fold it over, snap it in place. You're going to reach behind him, pull the motor out, and then you would lay him back and on to the top, snap it in, and then fold in his arms. And there you have it. He retains his tradition of his predecessor by being a Volkswagen Beetle, just like a certain GoBot that keeps invading these videos. Hi folks, get out of here, Bug Bite. You're not supposed to be in this one. One thing to note on this particular transformer is that most of the windows, except for the rear window, these are all done as stickers. So if you're buying one loose, you'll definitely want to check the condition of these stickers. Like I said, though, the back one on this version did not have a sticker, nor was it painted, so a little cost-cutting measure by Hasbro. Well, I don't mind it so much, but it is kind of blaringly obvious on, say, like the headlights and the tail lights as well. That would have been a nice little feature to put stickers on or paint or whatever. He does roll around pretty good, but of course, he also has the motor. Yes, caught him before he went off the edge of the table. And just like the other Throttlebots, there is no articulation to them, except for the fact that he can lean back, which basically puts him looking at the ceiling above my head, and I know there's nothing back there. So, nice try, Goldbug. Moving right along, we're going to take a look at his card backer and instructions. And for this, I've got something very special with it. For starters, I have his American card backer for when he was released. This would be a late 1987 release due to the fact that it includes a Transformer decoy. Goldbug would be here in this area, and right over here would be where the decoy was. But to also go along with this, we're going to set this back here. I have a special one that was pointed out to me. I want to give a good shout out to my friend Mila for pointing this out to me on eBay. This is a late European or Australian version done in the classic style. Brief note here on the classics before we go too far into this. The classic line that were done in these colors are done as a testament to the popularity of the Pretender versions. So they use a similar style. Whoops. Hope you enjoyed my shirt there, folks. This is obviously the Starscream box, but you can kind of get a feel for it, because I don't have bumblebees in box. You can see the shade of gold that they use is sort of similar. It's not exact. Slide it over here a bit, and you can see it has striping on the side. Right here it's red, naturally, for Goldbug being an Autobot. Shift this one into the light a little bit better, and you can see the purple striping for the Decepticon that Starscream is. These figures were released late in the line. The classics, not the Pretender version. These were put out in Europe and Australia in 1990. A fair amount of the smaller characters, a few of the larger characters, but predominantly they were the small characters and the combiners and such. They were an attempt to revitalize interest in the Transformer line. It's unknown if this line was planned to be released in the United States, due to the fact that they came out in 1990, and that's the year the line died out in the United States. So if you see any of them that are advertised on eBay or Amazon or wherever that are done up as classic like this, they are a European and Australian exclusive. And we'll take some more look at their differences momentarily. Now, let's get back on this, turn it around to the back side, and you can see the instructions on how to change Goldbug from the VW Beetle to the robot. And then down here it still has the instructions for the rub sign, barcode, and his robot point. He was worth half a point still. And then along the side, we have his tech spec, which we'll go ahead and go over it. It has his picture here, which matches the one on the front of the package. It's done in red to indicate his allegiance to the Autobots. It labels him as a Throttlebot and gives his name as Goldbug. His function is Espionage Director. His motto is, to know others, you must know yourself first. Has the mind of the Autobot Bumblebee, but new improved body. More serious, assertive, mature than he was. Realizes what others think of him isn't nearly as important as what he thinks of himself. Excellent fuel efficiency, 2.5 times better than the next best Throttlebot. Adaptable to underwater, cold, and hot environments. Can withstand temperatures from minus 150 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So he's gotten to be a pretty tough trooper. But how has his stats changed? Well, let's lay the decoder over and take a look. It gives his strength as 9, His intelligence is 8. His speed is 4. His endurance is 8. His rank is 8. His courage is 10. His firepower is 1. And his skill is 7. So Goldbug is pretty powerful. Well, now we'll take a look at the Classics one, and you'll notice there's a considerable difference here on the back side. Since by now the rub signs were no longer in circulation, so there's no directions for that. Although I'm told the European one that was released in the Classics line would still have the indentation in his chest where the rub sign is. And as also, he would have a slightly different tech spec. The stats are also slightly different on him, as it gives his firepower as 2, whereas it is a 1 on the American version, but otherwise it matches up. Well, they also drop his courage down to 9 instead of it being a perfect 10 like it is on the American version, but otherwise it is exactly the same, folks. Very, very, very interesting thing to look at here. Now we'll get down to, what do I think of him? I think Goldbug is a great character. He's an evolution of what Bumblebee was, if you'll pardon the term. It's basically Bumblebee grown up. He's grown up, gotten more mature, and is able to take on more responsibilities as such. So, if you're a fan of Bumblebee, then this is definitely a toy to get. Like the original, this one's a top-tier toy, only due to the fact that he is the natural, grown-up version of Bumblebee. So, instead of him being just an ordinary throttle bot that does nothing more than race across your floor, he's got some potential. He's got class. He's got everything that Bumblebee had, and then some. So definitely, top-tier figure. And that concludes my review of the Generation 1 Autobot Espionage Director, Goldbug. If you liked the video, thumbs up it here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Like this video, post a comment, share your thoughts, and share this video with other collectors. That helps keep this channel going. This is Sparkster1701 saying, catch you all later.